Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. I guess it's safe to say that Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom's marketing campaign is now in high gear. After the release of the short 30-second teaser they gave us last week, I honestly had no idea what to expect for the final trailer. Now that all of us have seen it, I think it's time to go over everything and get ready for the film's release. Fallen Kingdom is going to be out in 2 months, guys, so let's take a look at what's inside of the third and final trailer. We open up with Owen Grady tapping the snout of the tranked Tyrannosaur. After realizing the animal has been sedated, Grady walks behind the dinosaur just before she turns her massive head to the side, blocking him in. This is when her eye opens up and all hell breaks loose inside of the container. The first portion of this scene happens to be done with an actual animatronic T-Rex, which, believe it or not, we haven't seen since Jurassic Park 3. And even then, it was only for a brief second. This particular animatronic brings back a lot of memories from the Lost World Jurassic Park for me, and it looks like it's going to be used in a similar manner to what we got to see in the second film. Before I go any further, I want to say that on first viewing, the joke Chris Pratt delivered felt a little out of place, but after watching the trailer several times for this video, I can see how it would flow well with the overall film itself. Just like the last video I did, I want to say that I love the sound of the Rex's claws tearing through the steel of the cage, and seeing Owen dive through the beast's jaws was excellent too. Well shot, good special effects, excellent sound design, and very Jurassic. Can't wait to see this scene. We then switch up scenery during a conversation that involves none other than Blue, the Velociraptor. Rafe Spall's character is making a point that she is the last of her kind and that they may be able to save her in their effort to transport 11 species off of the island. We don't know all of the species that they plan on taking with them, but it looks like they're going for only the predators and heavily armored herbivores like the stegosaurs, ankies, and trikes. Claire insists that they'd never catch Blue, but Rafe Spall's villainous character says that she knows someone who could help them do it. Next up is a few scenes of Jurassic World ruins. Light pours in from the jungle's tree line while pteranodons soar over Grady's head, and Blue jumps out from behind Owen on top of the overturned Ford Explorer that Lex and Tim were in during the T-Rex attack of the first movie. This scene plays out much longer in this final trailer, and we actually get to see what made Blue scream. When they have that great shot where all of the dinosaur extraction team comes out from the bushes after shooting Blue with a dart, my eyes lit up at the promise of a Jurassic Park conspiracy, but also because this was actually a prediction a friend of mine had for the movie way back in December. I should have taken his advice and talked about it 5 months ago. This scene leads into a great raptor attack where Bayona's camera work almost gives us an updated version of Muldoon's death, straight down to the human face getting covered by a bush. And then, in a really unpredictable turn of events, the downed soldier shoots Blue with an actual live round, causing her to fall to the earth mortally wounded. I gotta say that this really shocked me the first time I saw it. When we saw the earlier shots of her being taken care of off of the island, I was under the impression she was suffering from malnutrition or possibly some disease. I didn't expect her to get shot. Up next is the incredible image of the Baryonyx being lifted off of the island in the center of this shot, but if you look closely to the right of this image, you'll also see the Tyrannosaurus being airlifted as well, this time complete with the holding cage that the hunters used for the male Rex in the Lost World. Claire shouts that it was all a lie before we transition into a dock setting where Rafe Spall gives us the rundown on what they're actually doing. It turns out that the dinosaurs are being ferried off of the island to a site where they will be auctioned off to the highest bidder. During this scene, we see a group of men tasing Rexy while she's inside of her cage, in a scene that alludes to the Raptor's transport during the original film's opening, and a hologram of the new Indo Raptor is seen as well. It looks as if they want to sell all of these animals except for Blue. Next, a briefcase is opened, presumably with the vials of DNA that Henry Wu got away with at the end of Jurassic World. It's not very clear as to what they need Blue's DNA for, but I highly doubt that it would be for the creation of the Indo Raptor, seeing as how they've already bred one. I think it's very possible that the group is looking to get Blue's genes specifically on the basis of her being what they believe to be a trainable animal. Remember, Hoskins brought up the idea of promoting loyal bloodlines and terminating what they saw as rogues, and they may see Blue's obedience to Grady as being something they'd love to exploit. But as we all know, the temperament of velociraptors isn't exactly something that simple. The following scenes depict a grand reveal of the Indo Raptor in a moment that really harkens back to the 1993 film We Are Back, A Dinosaur Story, as well as the Valley of Guanji. There's even a line where the announcer says that this is the most dangerous creature that ever walked the earth. Now I had to slow down this scene and look really hard at the face of this new hybridized beast because it really looks good. They actually tricked me into thinking I was looking at an animatronic at first, but upon further examination, I believe this to actually be CGI. I think what may have helped give it such a realistic look would be Bayona's usage of an actual practical head on set, which they later used as a basis for lighting during the computer-generated process. Whatever they did, it certainly lives up to the Jurassic name in terms of quality. Owen grabs hold of his weapon and says that it's time to shut this whole thing down. He and Blue wage a counterattack on the villain's base before it's set ablaze, giving us the really cool image of a velociraptor leaping from an explosion. Maisie, the little girl, unwittingly backs herself up to the creepy outstretched hand of the Indo Raptor while Ian Malcolm's ominous warnings narrate over the film's action. Genetic power has now been unleashed. And take a look at the awesome imagery of the hybridized dinosaur standing on top of this building, silhouetted in front of the moon. This is a genetically engineered theme park monster, nothing more and nothing less, and it looks damn good. Next in, what I'm going to say is one of my favorite shots of the trailer is the submarine looking on at the carcass of the Indominus Rex, which was pulled underwater by the Mosasaur in the last movie. Speaking of the Mosasaur, its monstrous eye pops up right behind the sub, before jumping out of the water to attack the poor soul at the end of the helicopter's ladder. This is going to be a really incredible sequence to see play out in the theater. Owen then bursts into Maisie's room before firing a SIG 552 at the Indo Raptor, and it doesn't look like it likes being slapped with those tiny bullets. During a short montage of scenes that we've previously been shown, Rexy can be seen roaring at the person on the helicopter ladder, and Owen Grady tells Claire that if he doesn't make it back, just remember that she's the one that made him come out here. This type of humor is really similar in tone with what we got in the last movie, and it's something that I really appreciate is making a return. It's sly, but at the same time, it feels like it's got a bit of that old school Jurassic sarcasm. Finally, the Indo Raptor leaps forward onto what looks to be a very unsafe staircase where our protagonists are trying to climb. We get the excellent image of Maisie running scared from the Indo Raptor who's in the process of destroying a door just before we see the devilish thing contemplate on how it's going to sneak into this girl's room. Carefully stretching its hand to open the window and climb in behind the drapes, we're then shown the incredible image of its alien-like claws reaching out to grab the girl in the scene that we first saw during the Super Bowl. I love the way they're finally playing up the Raptor's intelligence by showing them opening doors again. This hasn't been explored since the first entry, so I really think it's incredible to see make a return. All in all, I gotta say that I really enjoyed this third and final trailer for Fallen Kingdom. I think that the second trailer is still the best, but this comes in at a pretty strong second. Some of you guys will know that for me personally, The Lost World Jurassic Park is a movie that I really love, and it's one that I've gone on record as saying that I really want another Jurassic movie to be in the vein of that film's style. Backlighting your dinosaurs to evoke more primitive imagery and switching the scenery from the normal jungle green to dark, violent territories of cold and wet locales is really great. I want to see the sequel to The Lost World that we never got. The filmmaking within this trailer is demonstrating a great deal of care to the entire franchise, and even Crichton's source material itself, and ideas and themes that haven't been brought forward in any of the previous installments, except for Jurassic World. I'm all in, I can't wait, and I will be absolutely thrilled to sit down in that European theater on June 6th of this year. I'm going to be going over to the United Kingdom to see this thing before its American release, guys, and like I said, it's something that I'm super excited for. I've got a lot of stuff planned before then in May to commemorate the 21st anniversary of The Lost World, and of course Jurassic June is going to be something we all have fun with very soon as well. I've said it before and I'll say it again. This truly is the best time to be a Jurassic fan. Now before I go, I want to thank all of my game wardens, as well as all of my InGen executives. I'd also like to thank all of my park workers and InGen hunters as well. It's been an incredible experience to do what I do, guys, and it really does mean the world to continue to receive all of your awesome support. You guys are the reason that I do this, and I can't thank you enough for all that you've helped me build here on the channel. Now, I'd like to thank everyone who's watched this video and hope that you all enjoyed today's content. If you feel like I deserve it, I'd appreciate the like, and I hope that you'll consider subscribing if you're interested in hearing from me again. I'll see you all in the next video, guys, and as always, take it easy.